Hello everybody, Mike of Fights of Friends. Happy Cinco de Mayo everybody. We got one of the members of the fights we were supposed to have for this big Cinco de Mayo event. Gennady Golovkin, of course, Triple G, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. We'll have one of the other best pound-for-pound fighters in the world next week, Vasyl Lomachenko. Of course, next week, also the next round of Bellator, which has RS's favorite fighter and his boyfriend, Ryan Bader. But that's a whole nother thing. And tonight we're going to concentrate on boxing. Yesterday, David Hayes lost again. We were going to show that. I wasn't able to get to that though because I didn't know how to get the streaming over here, and I happened to be busy for the ESPN fight. I had an engagement with my wife, so that's the way it goes. 5 people in already. What's going on, guys? Are we ready for some boxing or what? What's going on, Stewie? The champ is here. Need to get that song for you. The one when Roy Jones Jr. says it at the beginning of his album. The champ is here. I might get demonetized. I don't know. Or not. But we're drinking canned beer tonight because it's all Canelo Alvarez's fault. He was supposed to be fighting Triple G tonight, and I would be drinking bottled beer because there'd be so many more people watching, but apparently he couldn't stop eating meat full of steroids and failed his drug test, and now we have Triple G fighting on HBO, which is pretty freaking awesome. So if you want to follow along, pretty sure you can probably get a free 30 days of HBO, at least 7 days of HBO, and follow along, see one of the best fighters in the world. So, and that's World Championship Boxing is next. Man, these guys look so old. These guys have been around forever. Harold Letterman and George Foreman, all these guys that are broadcasting here on HBO. I watched a lot of them growing up as kids. Teddy Atlas is getting older, of course. Michael Buffer. Unfortunately, that's what happens. The MMA quota met. So, Mike. What's up, Poster Love? Was he doing a big show today? What's going on, Mario? Mario's in the house. You asked me about stream earlier yesterday, earlier today, the ESPN stream, or what was going on with it. That stream was yesterday, actually, and I had prior engagement. Actually, I was doing some work last night, and I had an engagement with the wife, so it's pretty busy. What's going on, Leslie? How you doing? BR Longhorn just added HBO for this. Good idea, sir. Gennady Golovkin versus Venice Martirosyan, 12 rounds for the WBC, WBA, and IBF Championship of the World. Cecilia Brakas versus Kali Reese, 10-round female welterweight title fight. Those are always fun. Jim Lampley, he still looks the same. I swear, Jim Lampley, I'm not sure if he's got a hearing aid. I think he might have a hearing aid in. He's got like a mic in one ear, but he might have a hearing aid. Other than that, he pretty much looks the same he did when I was watching him 20 years ago. Max Kellerman still looks great too. I was surprised to see Harold Letterman, but he was old back in the day when I was watching. I thought Jim Lampley was too, but and he probably was, to be honest, but he looks good. Modern medicine. I don't know if he's going to Panama and getting those you know, injections, or if you got sell some TRT or what. But Harold Letterman needs himself some TRT. I'll tell you that. I'd be on the TRT if I was Harold Letterman. Although you might have a heart attack and you're getting in your 70s. Triple G, of course, 37-0-1, 33 knockouts. He was able to secure a formidable opponent. This is a guy that he beat Ishe Smith, who's a decent name. He's a former world champion challenger. Triple G is actually making an attempt at tying Bernard Hopkins' middleweight title defense record when he signed this. So that would be huge. Knocks against his opponent, Venice, 32, are very clear. He was a career junior middleweight, so 6 pounds in the difference. He's Native American, hasn't fought in 2 years. He also hasn't won a fight since taking a majority decision from Ishe Smith, like I was just talking about a while back. He was a 2004 Olympian as a junior middleweight, but we gotta remember, we can't forget what happens with some people when they get in that limelight. This is the Buster Douglas time. This is the time when Venice has been training his entire life. He's a professional boxer, former Olympian. He's got all the motivation in the world. He knows if he wins tonight, he's literally going to shake up the world. So you can bet he's had one of the hardest camps, I would imagine, that he's had since before 2015. Here's Carly Reese coming to the ring right now. Record in her last 7 fights are 6-1. Oh, Johnny Walker. Pulse has got the Johnny Walker out tonight. It is a great night. I am not going that high class tonight. But I seen part of Bellew Hay. I basically just seen highlights and read about it. I seen that Hay got knocked out again. I kind of called that, and I want to talk a little bit about that. Basically, what I would say about that is I still don't believe that Bellew is a better fighter than Hayes. I think this goes on Hayes' handlers. And I would take it back to compare, if you guys know about a guy named Vernon Forrest and Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley was one of the top, if not ranked the top pound-for-pound fighter in the world when he fought Vernon the Viper Forrest. Vernon, decent fighter, journeyman fighter. You know, he'd beaten a few decent guys out there. Ricardo Mayorga, nobody real big, but for whatever reason, his style and his counterpunching just lined up in a way that gave Sugar Shane Mosley absolute fits. Sugar Shane Mosley lost that one. He fought him again, lost the same way, same kinds of shots. It was just a horrible stylistic matchup for him. Vernon Forrest really didn't go on to a lot of success after that. Sugar Shane Mosley came back to greatness and won a lot of bouts after that. Came very close to beating Oscar De La Hoya when Oscar was close to his prime. So that was just, it was just a bad matchup for him. Bernard Hopkins had the same thing happen to him. I can't think of the guy right now, but the guy became the world champion. Everybody thought he was the best. He went to the top of the pound for pound, and Bernard Hopkins went in there to fight him again, and he lost to the guy again. Then after that, the guy lost his championship to somebody else, and I think he lost like most of the rest of his fights and ended up retiring. I don't know why, I can't remember the guy's name. But the point is is David Hayes guys, if they'd looked at the tapes, and you realize at a certain point some guys are just stylistically nightmares for you. And Bella's not a world beater. David Hayes, you know, this is not, you know, he's not as good as the Klitschkos that David Hayes fought and these other guys. But his style was a horrible matchup for David Hayes. And he definitely should have known it. Paul says VIP Vernon Forrest. Absolutely. Horrible. Horrible tragedy. Triple G is going to walk through him, but hey, I got a chance to hang out with everyone here. Being a single dad, I don't get this time too often. Well, you know what? Hats off to you, BR Longhorn. It's hard enough to raise kids with two parents in the house. Being a single parent, you are a man among men, friend. And Jason says, I'm a single loner, Longhorn. Don't feel bad. I love the entrance, Son of Flame Rod. It's awesome but busy. I miss those younger. I don't know how old your kids are right now. I mean, I love the stages they're at right now, don't get me wrong, 15 and 17, but man, I miss the little kids. I miss being able to entertain them for 4 hours with a box. Mario says, I think they're both pretty cute. All right. Stewie Tarver. Yes, Antonio Tarver against Roy Jones Jr. Antonio Tarver really didn't do a whole lot with his career after that, but he was a southpaw counterpuncher that just matched up stylistically. Roy Jones matched up horribly with him. Cecilia's cute, says Comedians. What's up, RS? What's going on, man? We got all the important people in the room, except for Cap. I don't know where Cap's at yet. But I know we're going to have a great night. Gerard White, the referee, in here. I don't know what you guys did for Cinco de Mayo. I got Hispanic, Mexican friends, whatever you want to call them, Latino. I don't take offense to any of it. None of it should be offensive, I don't think. Callie Reese, 13 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, and 4 KOs. The point I was trying to get to is most of them are kind of like, you know, Cinco de Mayo is kind of an Americanized holiday to drink beer. And they're like, it wasn't, you know, they make, I even seen them making memes about it. Some of the memes were absolutely great from some of my Mexican friends. And I grew up with more Mexican friends than white friends, if I haven't said that before, just because I grew up around in a poor area around a lot of farm workers. Cecilia Bracas, 32 wins, 0 losses, not even a draw on her record. She's got 9 knockouts. The only thing I'd like to see her more is if you're going to win 30. She's got about 500 belts with her. She's got the WBC, the IBF, the WBA, the WBO, the WBG, HBO, Showtime, MTV. She's got them all here. Like I said, I'd just like to see a little higher knockout ratio, but hopefully we see a lot of action tonight. Comedic genius, that is definitely pretty offensive. Can Tony Blue hang with AJ or Dante, though? Absolutely not. I read your comment, Comedic Genius. I said Cecilia is cute. Oh, which one of these lesbos is going to win? I didn't see that. And I'm not going to read that other one. But, could Tony Blue hang with AJ or Dante? Absolutely not. I don't think at all. Triple G all the way says, Leslie, I agree. We need some Steve Willis reffing. Stewie, are you offended? That's great. All right, here we go. First round, as you guys notice, for some reason the professional female matches are still 2-minute rounds. And it's a 10-round fight, even though it's a championship fight. So, commentators Jim Lampley, Max Kellerman, Roy Jones, and Harold Letterman. That is a hell of a cast. Breakus in the white and gold, Reese in the white and purple. Those are some pretty flashy shorts. I like all that. Looks like she's wearing a couple of rags and some pom-poms. That's pretty stylish, though. Nice double jab in for Breakus there. Another double jab. Puts the right hand behind it. Reese probably going to sit down, kind of wait, and try to figure out Breakus' style and then expose her in other places. But another nice double jab there for Breakus, and they hold in the middle of the ring there. Instead of saying break, I wish the referees, more referees would say fight it out. I don't know if you guys know the legendary Mills Lane. Nice left hook from Breakus there. Oh, and a big right hand from Breakus. The legendary Mills Lane, the guy that used to say, let's get it on. He was the referee during the Mike Tyson. Big left hook there from Reese was nice. During the Mike Tyson fight where he bit Evander Holyfield's ear off. He was a ref in a lot of other fights, but that was probably the most famous. Nice left hand for Breakus there.
It was for the rounds to go by so quickly. Haley held her own in this round, and she timed Breakus.
Oh, beautiful right hand for Breakus there. Into the round, that was fairly even.
Not a bad round. What I need.
Triple G opponent is good. Zares, he's certainly not expected to win. Certainly not expected to win. He lost his 2 bouts. He hasn't won since 2015 against Ishe Smith. He was a 2004 Olympian. That's been a long time ago. That being said, I would say it's the time for his Buster Douglas moment. When you're fighting somebody you know that's the very top of the world, I would imagine he's had his best training camp ever. People can really become reinvigorated for that kind of moment. Reinvigorated, excuse me. You know, we've seen some of the upsets. Matt Serra over George St. Pierre. Who would have ever thought that? Travis Lutter almost pulling off an upset against Anderson Silva back in the day. Very close. And they trade jabs here. Harold Letterman gave the first round to Breakus. But Reese was holding her own there in that first round, for sure. Comedian Gene says, what if I told you I was Mexican? You may be. Comedian Gene's dishwasher. When is the Triple G and Baines fight? It's next, dude. We got a good female featherweight title. So don't be sexist, bro. And then we got the championship fight between Triple G and Venus. So Comedian says, can steal your white girlfriends. Being a dishwasher is a choice. Kanye West. Oh my God. Nice left hook from Brainus there. Reese, a lot of good movement for her record and everything. Definitely not expected to win tonight. She's 100% in this as much as Brainus is. They exchange jabs in the middle of the ring there. Brainus, couple double jabs lands there. Reese, oh, nice right hand from Breakus. Breakus, I think is how you say it. I'm not, if that's incorrect, I apologize to her. But nice right hand from Reese there. 30 seconds left in the second round. Like I said, these are 2-minute rounds. Nice left hook from Breakus. And they're going to hold. But what I was saying earlier is Mills Lane, that great fighter. Oh, big right hand from Reese. Reese is, she is here to play. Nice double jab and a right hand behind it from Breakus. And lands a straight jab there. Mills Lane used to tell him when they would hold, punch it out. That's what I was trying to get to tell him, punch it out. And instead of break, and then you have these guys just holding and holding forever. I mean, he kind of tapped them, punch it out, fight out. And he was very active about trying to get these guys not to hold on to each other. We need more referees out there like that. Do you think if Canelo was fighting Venice, this would have been if he was fighting Venus, this would, it's not a pay-per-view, so maybe I'm not smart enough to understand your question, Mario. It says, do you think if Canelo was fighting Venice, this would have been a pay-per-view? Well, he is fighting Venice, and it's not a pay-per-view. It's on HBO. You mean if he's fighting Canelo? It was announced as a pay-per-view eventually against Canelo Alvarez. So I'm sorry if I'm not quite understand what you're saying there. One thing I will say about Kanye West, I'll come back to it. Here we go. Let's respect the fighters in the third round here. Like I've said in the past, my vision's actually... Oh, nice! Nice combination from Reese. She's losing both rounds on her Letterman's scorecard, and maybe she is. Nice 1-2 for Breakus there. You know, maybe she is, but super game. Nice left hook from Breakus. Beautiful job for Reese. Reese's stock... Oh, nice left hook for Reese. Reese's stock is almost guaranteed to go up. Oh, beautiful left hook for Breakus, though, there in the right hand. Breakus is going to break Reese down, no pun intended. And once she gets her style down, I think you're going to see less action from Reese. Nice double jab from Reese, but right counter punch from Breakus. And so I'm looking at Reese's stand, and I'm going to try to break this down. And so Reese holds her hands a little low. When she moves to her left, she's open for Breakus's left hook. Oh, big right hook, actually, there for Breakus. Did I say right? When she moves to her right, she's open for that left hook. And she's going to get tired of getting jabbed because she's open for that left. So she's going to start moving to her left. When she starts moving to her left, she's going to be wide open for that straight right over the top. Punches total land, 31 for Breakus, 20 for Reese. Great match so far for Reese. And they exchange shots in the middle of the ring. 33 now for Breakus and 20 for Reese. She is such a huge underdog here. 10 seconds left in the round. Nice 1-2 for Reese. Oh, big combination from Breakus, though. 1-2, left, right hook, and an uppercut in there. Great boxing from Breakus. And there's Breakus's parents. Cecilia Breakus's parents, Joran and Martha from Norway. They're sitting at ringside. They look very concerned. I think they might have less confidence in their daughter than a lot of other people do. She is undefeated.
Keep jabbing. When you jab, after your second jab,
Mario said, originally was this supposed to be a pay-per-view? Yes, it was originally announced as a pay-per-view against Canelo Alvarez before he started eating horses that went to Gold's Gym. Hey, Mikey, did you see this report on Russ Schwartz and Brian Gumbel did about the abuse of college coaches on the athletes? They're trying to pussify sports, too. I haven't. I've heard a lot of other complaints and stuff, but here's what's going to happen is we're not going to make the best fucking athletes anymore. Do you think that shit's going to fly in Russia? Do you think anybody's going to be pissed if they tell them keep running, pussy, when they fall over? No. We've been the best in sports for a long goddamn time for a reason. Oh, nice right hand there from Breakus. And the jab there, like I said, she missed the right hook over the top. She's starting to figure Reese out. 30-27. I believe these were 130-pounders, Andres. I could have missed it. I'm not sure. They student athletes complain about the verbal or sometimes physical abuse that the coaches dish out. Yeah. Nice jabs from Breakus. That being said, I wasn't a college athlete and I wasn't a professional athlete. I wasn't pushed that way. I was pushed. Thank you, Comedic Genius. I don't know why they're not showing the weights there. I'm glad they're finally showing the names there because nice left hook from Reese. Not everybody's familiar with these fighters, and including myself. Oh, nice left hook to the body from Breakus there. If she wants to break Reese down, go to the body now. As then we said, kill the body and the head will fall. And one of my favorite things to see is body punchers. Just like you guys know, I have a soft spot for leg kickers. I love watching the leg kickers. I love watching the body punchers. You want to watch some of the best body punchers? You want to go on YouTube? Nice left hook from Breakus. Oh, nice 1-2 from Breakus there. Combination to the body. Reese landing her shots here and there. She lands a left hook kind of over the top there, but Breakus starting to turn up the gears here. She's starting to figure Reese's style out there, and Reese, like I said, holds her hands low, and she's going to set her up for that straight right hand like I was talking about earlier. But yeah, I mean, when I was in judo, we used to run. You know, if somebody passed out, we'd all made fun of them. I'm sorry, you're not gonna die. I remember one of my friends stopping and puking as we were running stair laps, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't an illness thing. We were running stair laps. 7, I believe it's just this one in the main event. What's going on, 7? Hello, man. But when we were this was high school age kids, and we were running judo, and we were running stair laps, and one of my friends puked, and we were only a few weeks away from a big tournament, and people were actually very upset with him. They said, "You're not in shape. Why aren't you in shape?" Here we go, round 5. Nice triple jab to start the round from Reese. Here Letterman has Breakus winning all 4 rounds. I agree, but a nice 1-2 there from Breakus. But Reese she's holding her own. She's not holding quite as much of her own as Breakus is, but you know, she's making her handlers proud, I'm sure. Nice jab and a right hook over the top from Breakus. Another right hand from Breakus. I wonder if nice left hook from Breakus. I wonder if there's less knockouts in women's boxing because of the 2-minute rounds. Obviously, it makes some effect. I wonder how much of an effect it has, though. Double jab and a right hand to the body for Reese there. And a nice 1-2 and a right hook lands for Breakus. Breakus, right uppercut, left hook over the top, and they exchange. A minute left. You only got 2 minutes. You have a couple of flurries or hurt somebody, you could still around pretty quickly. 1-2 for Reese, and at this point, I got the first half of this round about tied. So Reese could pull off her first round here. I think Reese, I might have her actually a little bit ahead here. Nice double uppercut there from Breakus and a couple combinations that might have turned the round around for. Nice jab there. Roy Jones Jr. was very good at that, fighting in 15 to 30 second spurts. And then his defense was just so incredible. He wouldn't get hit. He would expend very little energy and make his guys throw away his gas tank, and he would fight violently. Nice 1-2 from Breakus, and Reese seems to be getting a little bit hesitant. He would fight in violent 15 to 30 second spurts with everything he had and just punish his opponent. Nice 1-2 at Breakus, and they break. See, and here's this ref. Let her go, let her go. Why aren't they saying punch out of it, fight out of it? Fire these refs that say that. Seriously. You're trying to get ratings up on boxing. People do not want to watch a dance. Mario says, there's something about Venice that reminds me of Max Holloway. I haven't seen that. I think so too, Mario. Maybe the face. He might look a little like him. I don't know. So you got those bony elbows, because he's not supposed to throw elbows tonight, but that didn't only stop Mike Tyson. And that's something, a little boxing history. Larry Holmes was very critical of Mike Tyson's elbows, some of his other fighting. Before he'd gotten in trouble, he called him a dirty fighter. He called him an SOB, and he said that he would end up in prison. Way before any of the things that happened. He also had something against him, though, because Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali were friends. Mike Tyson promised Muhammad Ali that he would get revenge for his brutal loss to Larry Holmes, and Mike Tyson delivered on that. But Larry Holmes said, I'll go down a legend. He said, Mike Tyson will go down a son of a bitch. So there you go. And they exchange right hands. Beautiful left hook and a right hand there for Breakus in the middle of the ring there. And they exchange hooks. Good left hook from Reese and the left hook from Breakus. Nice jab from Breakus. Some of these fighters, some of these rounds, the better, more technical fighters, when they land their punches, they may not even be harder. Nice 1-2 from Breakus there. The way they throw them is more visible, though. It's more flashy. It gets the reactions from the crowd. They're very good at angling to make sure that everybody sees that they landed their shots. Oh, nice 1-2 from Breakus there. And Reese lands the left hook over the top. Right hook over the top from Breakus, and they exchange there. They're very good at the showboating, though, but they're going to let you know when they land those shots. Some of them do it without breathing. You hear Holly Holm breathing really loud. She gets that from boxing. Nice right uppercut on the break from Breakus. Nice exchange there. Right hook over the top. Total punches landed. Breakus 73, Reese 39. Nice 1-2 from Breakus there. We all know Breakus is winning this fight. Like we says, Reese, she's game. I don't know if she's got the kind of power to take Breakus out, but her stock definitely goes up after this. Longhorn says Breakus is just quicker. Yes, she is. Oh, nice right hand. Looked like to the neck from Reese at the bell. Jason said, Nikola Tesla said that when you see women fighting in the ring, society is doomed. Iron Mike Tyson, one of my all-time favorite fighters. Oh, absolutely, Andres. That guy was absolutely amazing. And one of the things that's so amazing about boxing, though, maybe more amazing, was the guys that he studied. He studied Rocky Marciano back from the 40s, and that was, all that stuff that Rocky Marciano did in the 40s and 50s was still relevant. Rocky Marciano and Mike Tyson studied Jack Dempsey. He came up with all this stuff in the 20s. He was the first guy to roll his shoulders and put his power into punches and things. Very much a revolutionary. He didn't have tapes to study. He didn't have the internet. We didn't have these big training camps. Nice left hook from Breakus coming out. Oh, beautiful combinations in the middle of the ring there. Nice combination for Reese. Double jab and right punch to the body. Another jab. Reese is earning her paycheck tonight. Nice 1-2 from Breakus. Harold Letterman sounds very old. I grew up listening to him for so many years. His voice is finally starting to age. What a great commentator for many, many years, though. Oh, beautiful, flashy combination to the head and body for Breakus. Oh, right hook for Reese. That was a fucking knockdown. We might be seeing our Buster Douglas Mike Tyson moment right here. Breakus is smiling. That is one of the biggest upsets that we've seen for a knockdown in a long time. Breakus is saying it was a slip. That right hand landed. Nobody expected Reese to have the power to knock Breakus down. Look at Breakus. She's trying to wake herself up. You see how she dodges back and forth in the hold there? That's because she's stunned. She didn't want to show it there. Nice right hand over there. Nice left hook from Reese there. 30 seconds left in the round. Oh, right hand left up top from Breakus. She may not be hurt. She's got the smile there. Nice jab. And she may come back and try to punish Reese for that. Big right hand over the top from Reese. And they exchange hooks. But remember, sometimes styles make fights, like we seen earlier with David Hayes getting knocked out for the second time by the same opponent. Nice comment. Oh, nice feint of the overhand right from Reese. She's landed that several times, and then she lands that left hook. Double jab from Breakus. That's a 10-8 round for Reese, most likely. If the round's somewhat close and there's a knockdown, generally in boxing, they scored a 10-8. Hey, Mike, you asked the wife if she knows whatever happened to the couple who kept their 17 kids in the basement. I don't remember that joke. Marciano and Tyson always fought bigger guys. Both of them fought way bigger guys. Marciano was only 185 pounds. Dempsey fought guys that were 100 pounds bigger than him. And then Mike Tyson, yeah, he fought guys that were 250, 260, 270. When he was really in his prime, when he was 222 pounds. And he was one of these guys that would stay on weight. If he was 223, he would run until he went to bed. He wanted to stay at 222 pounds. He knew his body. 8th round. Oh, beautiful. Left hook and a right hand and a combination of the body for Reese. Breckus lands the left, the jab there, but nice right hand from Breckus. Reese is looking to find gold again with that right hand over the top. Lands a double left hook there. Reese definitely gained a lot of confidence there. Nice right hand over the top from Breckus. Big jab there. Whatever happens, Reese stock skyrocketed tonight. Beautiful hook from Breckus. Breckus bringing out the speedy combinations there. 4 hooks in a row. Oh, and another left hook. And this woke Breckus up. Sometimes you need something in a fight like this to remind you, hey, I'm the champ. I'm one of the greatest in the world here. And every time I go out there, every person that's trying to fight me is trying to become the best ever. Or trying to, be the top, to jump to the top of the mountain. Nice right hook to the body and right uppercut from Breckus there. Oh, Reese lands nice 1-2 here. Nice right hand for Reese, and Breckus lands a combination there, a couple hooks. Big left uppercut and right hook from Breckus inside. Nice job, Reese. Breckus they were holding. Reese throws the uppercut and pushes Breckus back. That's generally allowed. They exchange some hooks in the middle of the ring there. 25 seconds left. Nice jab there for Reese. Jab and a left hook. Breckus seemed to have gotten everything back underneath her this round. This was a close round. 10 seconds left. Maybe whoever does... Oh, nice 1-2 from Breckus. And she blocks what Reese does there. She lands a right hand and a left hook. Reese rocked her again with a big right hand. Almost towards the bell. And she started to feint that overhand right. She knows that Breckus is scared of it. She's got the timing down for it. She could shock the world here. Absolutely. Comedic, not a joke. I thought it was by you. The weird couple kept their kids in the basement, didn't feed them. I remember reading a story about it. I might have talked about it online, but I didn't know him personally. Yeah, there was a couple. I think I might have talked about the story. I might have done a story on it. I know I had thought about it. Yeah, I know some of their kids were actual adults. If you want to look it up, that's Comedic Genius is telling the truth. That's a totally true story. I remember it was 17 kids, but it was a lot of kids. They'd locked them up for like 20 years. It was insane. You had full-grown adults that were just the size of children. They kept them in cages. Pretty horrible. Reese lands some nice hands there. And we're getting way off track here. And Letterman gave Reese that last round. You had to there at the end, I think, with that big right hand. A nice left hook on the inside there from Breckus. Reese is not going anywhere. And Breckus is probably not going to take her out. So she's got big right hand over the top from Breckus. Reese is smart enough to hold there. That might have hurt her a little bit. Like I said, Breckus only got 9 knockouts and 32 wins. Nice double jab there from Reese. And they exchange there. Oh, Breckus goes in and throws a 4-hit combo. Reese's corner told Breckus, do not exchange with her in the combos. Where Reese is going to win here is in the counter-punching. Breckus she's faster. She's sharper. She's got better combos. Reese, I think, might have more power. She lands that right hand again. I'm not sure if she has more power or not, but I said she definitely has the timing on that right hand. She lands it again right there. Not big. Uppercut and a hook there for Breckus. Another hand, double jab, and an overhand right lands over the top for Reese. was more of like a hybrid between a straight right and an overhand. It wasn't that John Wayne style winging right like she landed before. Nice right hook there from Breakus. Another left hook there. 8 seconds left in the round. Right hook to the body lands nice for Reese. They exchange jabs. Nice 1-2 for Breakus. And a left hook. And Breakus came back in that round. I think she won that round. But I'm glad Reese made it a little exciting for us there. Definitely made it exciting for me. Women are really good at sticking to plan and taking corner advice when it comes to combat. Men tend to be a bit more stubborn. What's up? Rodney War Eagle is in the house. Been a while since I've seen you, brother. I forgot about this fight. Who's fighting now? When is the Triple G fight? It is Reese versus Breakus. It's a 145-pound women's championship. We're going into the final round here, and then we got Triple G and Vanis next, man. So just in time if you were looking to see the main event. This turned into a good fight. Absolutely, BR Longman. That's the thing in boxing. You know, you see a lot of good fights. I'm starting to remember why I used to be such a big boxing fan. I'd say I'm sorry I got away from it, but it made it new to me again. Nice 1-2 for Reese here. Oh, another nice 1-2. Reese is coming out like a rocket in this round, just winging with that right hand behind the jab. She knows she's got a minute and 40 seconds left to change her life. Winging left hook for Reese. Oh, she lands the right hand, but Breakus lands the right hand back. Breakus has got a minute and 25 seconds to hold on. Nice right hook for Breakus. And she's not backing down. I got to hand it to her. Oh, big right hand there from Breakus. Nice 1-2 for Breakus. Oh, and a left uppercut for Breakus. She is not backing down. Right hand there from Breakus. Nice left hook for Breakus, and then she holds. Yeah, Breakus is, even though she's throwing a lot of punches here and stuff, she's got more of a strategy now. As long as she throws those combos and then holds. Nice left hook for Reese. Oh, she's got the faster hand, so she can kind of get in, either get in and get out or hold. She just can't get caught standing. Nice right hand there for Breakus. And, you know, she got knocked down before she figured it out, but that just made the fight more exciting. And Reese might have tired herself out at the beginning of that round. Lands the right uppercut, but not much on it. Holds in the inside here. And she throws a combo to the body. 12 seconds left. Oh, nice 1-2. Big right hand from Breakus there. And you know Reese is tired when she knows she needs the knockout, and she's holding. She's just she gave it her all. Hats off to both ladies. Well fought fight. Very tough. I can't imagine, you know, Breakus' opponent or parents are at ringside watching. Their daughter's never lost. I would have liked to see the look on their face when she got knocked down from Reese. Yeah, they're showing a big right uppercut in that round from Breakus and a left hook behind it. And then rolling those shoulders to block the overhand right coming from Reese. I also think, and our corner was probably telling winner of this, but if I was Breakus, I probably would have switched directions a little more often. And, you know, it's probably good for her career that she got caught against this girl, though. Sometimes you need a wake-up call. 97-92 is how Letterman has the scorecards. I have a hard time seeing it either way, any other way. That's Reese with the 10-8 for the knockdown in the 7th, of course. And then Reese won probably the 8th round. Breckman was still, you know, a little stunned. You could have gave Breckman the 8th round as well, though. This fight reminded me, oh my gosh, comedic genius and his 312-pound girlfriend. And I forgot Frosty what I got her Saturday morning. Baconator this morning. I thought you were picking up KFC this morning. Jason said in Pride the ref could issue a yellow card for delaying action. That should be in every combat sport. Absolutely. Isn't this fight a little bit late than usual? It is quite a bit later. I was surprised because 8 p.m., starting 8 p.m. Pacific, that's 11 p.m. on the East Coast. That's a very late start.
All for your winner by unanimous decision. And still unified undefeated.
What's going on? Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. Cecilia Breakus just defended her 145-pound championship by unanimous decision. And Triple G in Venice is next. So you tuned in just in time, brother. I hope you guys checked it out, my interview with Art Davie. If you hadn't, check it out. Final punch stats, 115 to 78 for Breakus. They threw pretty close to the same. More accuracy from Cecilia, 31% to 22%. But, of course, that knockdown for Reese. So I interviewed, if you look on there, Art Davie, the creator and founder of the UFC, co-founder with Rorion Gracie. And, man, that guy's got some amazing stories. What a gem. 71 years old and as much energy and vigor as ever and as many ideas. Guy's just so sharp and creative. I wish I could talk to him for hours and hours.
And got off the deck to win for the first time. What was that like?
This was such a hard fight. You know, she's such an amazing and tough fighter. And I was like, and she was...
A little bit of booing there for the decision. Cecilia definitely won. But,
I think she gave me a very, very tough fight. And I think it was very close.
Trying to think of where the fight was. I think the fight was in California.
She came on in the second half of the fight.
Yes, yes. Well, I think she had...
I can't remember if they've said for sure, but they had already booked the event. I want to say it was a StubHub Center in Los Angeles. I could be wrong. Hopefully they'll say here again in a second. Yeah, RS probably is about to go. What time is it there, RS? A couple more minutes and I have to go to bed. This is a bit too late. It's got to be like, what, 6 in the morning over there, dude?
Yes or no answer.
Carson, California. Thank you, BR Longhorn. I knew I had seen it, but
really quickly, Clarissa Shields is above you.
I couldn't remember. 5 a.m. Well, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. I hope you're able to stay up for the main event. If you're not, I understand.
Thanks, Jim.
Portugal. Would like to travel to Portugal, RS. We're going to be traveling the world here pretty soon, me and my wife. Gennady Golovkin versus Venice Martirosyan. I think that's how you say it. Gennady Golovkin and Venice Martirosyan. Just call him Marty for short. And Venice, if you think you recognize Venice's trainer there, you do. It's Ronda Rousey's ex-trainer. I can't remember his name in his native language, but his name in English. Oh, Edmund Tarvidon or something like that. His name in English is just Lion Son of a Bitch. So it's pretty easy translation. Guy should be in jail, and that has nothing to do with his inability to coach Ronda Rousey. That has with a bunch of other corruption charges against him, but not a fan. Love Roy Jones Jr. as a commentator, though. One of the absolute best. George Foreman, former boxer, was very good. Roy Jones Jr. is as good or better. All right, says, can't wait for the next big fights. Let's go, Masturbator. I love it.
And is there any chance at all this
Um,
will become a trap?
Andre Semenya says, I think it was a good decision. I'd like to see Cecilia versus Hannah Gabriels, but not sure if they are in the same way. Yes, it was a good decision. No Moreta, I guess, comedic genius. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, genius, but with you tonight. But chill, bro. I don't know where Cap is. I'm about to give him a call. Look, I'm not having any issue with having to kick anybody tonight. I got young David around here. Where'd you go, young David? Hey, young David, I can always flip in as moderator. If I had to kick somebody out, I'd just kick him myself. Not above doing the dirty work. But I haven't really had that issue too much in quite a while. A lot of Ukrainians, in fact, is RS. I got you, comedic. Kmart's put a mirror behind you so we can watch. I'll do you better, Kmart. Go online to HBO.com or just Google HBO, and you can get a free trial. I believe like a free 7 or 30-day trial. Lots of ways to get HBO too. HBO is great now. I get it for $5. Well, actually, I get it for free on DirecTV now because I'm with AT&T. If you are with AT&T, I've said this in the past, not a sponsor, but you get DirecTV now for $10 a month. I would never pay for cable otherwise, especially if I wasn't doing this job. $10 a month, you get a ton of freaking channels, and you get HBO. If you have AT&T and you watch television, why in the world you wouldn't have that? I don't know. But now if you have Hulu, you can add HBO for $5 a month. Definitely worth it. That's pretty nominal. So, how good is Triple G's opponent? He's 2004 Olympian. He had a victory in 2015 over Ishe Smith. Fought most of his career as a 154-pounder. But he's lost his last 2 fights, actually. He hasn't won since 2015. So he's game, but definitely not expected to win. To give you an idea of how big of a favorite Golovkin is tonight, you would have to put down $3,000 on Triple G to win 100. So, and Triple G is very pissed at Canelo Alvarez right now. I want to tell you, I read an interview a few days ago with him with CBS Sports, and he said it's about a 10% chance he ever fights Canelo Alvarez. He said, I made all the concessions for that fight. He said, all Canelo Alvarez had to do was show up clean, and he couldn't do it. So he's very upset. He said 10% chance, and then he went on to say that's probably being generous. Obviously, he's emotional. He lost a lot of money. He did his part of it. Canelo Alvarez did not. I have a feeling once those emotions die down a little bit, people talk to him and realize how much money he's leaving on the table. He really has a chance to think about it from a business prospect. I think he comes back around. They could fight as early as September, assuming Triple G takes care of business tonight. So this woman Reese tonight that got the knockdown against Brockus, world champion, she was not expected to be any more competition than this guy. Actually, she was probably expected to be less competition. This guy's a former Olympian, and when you give any fighter that opportunity to go in there, especially a guy who's been to the Olympics, you give any fighter the opportunity to come in and become the best in the world, that's when you start thinking about the Buster Douglases, the Matt Serras, Travis Lutter. Almost people forget Travis Lutter was very, very close to submitting Anderson Silva. Most people probably don't even know who Travis Lutter is. But some people wilt, some people rise to the occasion. And will Triple G be motivated enough, being such a big favorite, to come in and give his best game? I don't know.
You gotta think is going to happen the rematch, and that's the likely date. I also think that the middleweight division right now is more interesting than it's been in a long time.
RS says he is fighting for the title from 2 losses. Well, because of what Canelo Alvarez did, they had to get an opponent pretty quickly, obviously.
A win against Daniel Jacobs and a draw against Canelo. What happens when you fight the top of the division, maybe when you're 36 years old?
You know, and not a lot of people want to fight Golovkin. That's another part of it. Not a lot of people want to jump in on short notice. Top guys. Not top guys. There's a lot of good fighters that could have jumped in. A lot of good fighters that want to fight Golovkin. Not a lot of good fighters that want to fight Golovkin after he's had a full training camp on a very short notice. Gennady Golovkin, 36 years old. He's weighed in at 160 pounds. He's 173.6 tonight. Vanna's 32 years old, 6 feet, 23.5-inch arm length. Weighed in at 159.6. He's 170.6 tonight. So they both put on a little over 10 pounds. 13.6 actually for Triple G, and a straight 11 for Vanna. I'm glad they show. I like how in boxing they show the night of what they weigh.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the evening.
RS says, "Where are you from, Comedian Genius?" Yeah, I don't know where. Is clean and will beat Canelo is clean and will beat Triple G in September, says Levi. Hey, you know, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened with those tests. You know, I was more than willing to give him the benefit of the doubt after the first positive. After the second positive, you know, it's nothing personal against him. It's just no matter who it is, when you test positive twice that closely, you know, especially in boxing, that doesn't, you know, they don't have USADA. They don't have the same kind of stringent testing. That's, you know, that's going to be pretty suspect to me. Canelo's gassed out plenty of times. That's Big Dog. What's up, Big Dog status? Andre says Triple G clearly won that fight. Oh, absolutely, but it's boxing. They like to do things to put together rematches. They like to call draws when fights were somewhat close and they know they can make a lot of money on a rematch. What about Don King? Oh, God, Don King and Edmund Tarver, however the hell you say his name, Rousey's former trainer there. Those two criminal bastards together in the same area. I'm sorry, I just cannot hold back my disdain for either one of these guys, especially Don King. He ripped off so many people. He ripped off enough people that Mike Tyson sued Don King, and Don King wrote him out a check for $25 million. He says, "You ripped me off in my career." Don King says, "If you don't sue me and go to court, I'll give you $25 million right now." And Tyson needed it, and he took it. Probably a smart settlement. First fight in 23 months for Vanna. First fight at middleweight. Last win was 10th round, unanimous decision against E.J. Smith. He's back with trainer Edmund Tarver. I didn't even know that guy was a boxing trainer. But what a son of a bitch. I just cannot fucking stand that guy.
And that is part of the reason perhaps for him.
Leia says it was a fair draw. Got to give credit to both. Triple G kept the pressure on, but Canelo defense was superb and counterpunching was amazing. I would accuse you, Leia, of being a little biased. I'm not saying it was the worst decision ever, but I thought Triple G won it by 4 rounds. I haven't talked to very many people that thought that Triple G didn't win that fight. But you never know what people are looking for. You never know what some of these referees are looking for. Whether they're looking for, you know, aggression, effective aggressiveness, counter striking, power punches, ring generalship. There's a lot of different things that they judge off of, and scorecards can vary wildly. Genius said, born in Mexico, raised and lived in the suburbs in Chicago. Don King is a guy that only cares about money. For sure, RS. Triple G won that fight easily, says BR Longhorn. I agree. That being said, I'm a big Canelo Alvarez fan. Obviously, I'm very disappointed in the results of those drug tests. When he fought Floyd Mayweather Jr., I was watching. Wow, was that entertaining? Let me start out for a second. I watched that at a Buffalo Wild Wings around here, and we watched it outside. I watched it outside, standing room only. There were people standing inside of there, leaning over the fences, and you had. This is one of the times that I will say I find it entertaining that people break themselves up into groups because of the passion. And you had a lot of African American people, a lot of blacks and a lot of Mexicans there, and they were kind of split up, and you had a lot of Floyd Mayweather Jr. fans and a lot of Canelo Alvarez fans, and it got very, very intense. It didn't get heated. There was no fights. For the most part, everybody was pretty respectful. There's a couple smart asses. There always is. It's fights and drinking. What do you want? But there was a great electricity, a great rivalry. I can see why they would want to do it again. It's just hard for me not to say that Triple G won that fight, but I'm not a professional referee. So, like I said, what do you think about Billy Joe Sanders? Billy Joe is a robber. Is a jobber. He's good. I love Piano Man. Dylan White is a jobber too. Or Dillian White. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Dillian so far. Billy Joe Sanders. Why I know I'm not drawing a blank. No, I'm not at all. I know this guy. I'm just trying to picture him. It's the middleweight. He's got the other middleweight championship. He could have been in there tonight. That's what we were talking about, Nate. He could have been. I think Roy Jones mentioned his name. That's right. He probably should have been in there. I don't think he would beat Golovkin or Canelo Alvarez, but he's got decent skills. Floyd was smart by fighting Canelo when he was young. Oh, absolutely. Part of that, though, you got to say is, Floyd was getting older too, though. It wasn't that long ago. Floyd, I want to say, was 30. He was at least 36. He was somewhere between 36 and 38, I'm pretty sure. Onward says, I like Tecate. All of a sudden. Heineken is where it's at. What do you think about Ryan Garcia? I think he's impressive. I'd like to see him get a step up in competition.
Executive Officer Andy Foster and Chairman John Caravelli.
I don't know where young David went, but there's a fight about to start, a main event, and I don't have a beer in my hand, so give me just a second.
The bell rings and the action begins inside. Your referee in charge, Jack Rays. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the world is ready. Carson, California, make some noise if you
Fights with fans, make some noise. I guess you can only make noise down there in the comment section, but open the bubble. It looks like that one got shook up a bit. Holy shit. 159 and a half pounds, Venice. Martirosyan. 21 knockouts to his name. If he wins tonight, I almost guarantee you it's going to be by knockout. Yeah, I don't know where David went. I think he's upstairs think he might be upstairs playing on his computer or something on his desktop, laptop. BR Longhorn went right over my head. Oh, yeah.
Opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing white trunks, trimmed in black, he weighed in 160 pounds even. As a professional, he is unbeaten.
Gennady Golovkin.
33 knockouts.
37 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw, and 33 knockouts.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the unbeaten, unified WBA Super, WBC, IBF, IBO, middleweight champion of the world, Triple J,
Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the entire world.
Once again, referee Jack Reese with the final instruction.
Set to defend a trunk full of belts here. Is it just me, or does Vanis and Edmund, could they be twins? They look a lot alike. I hope Vanis isn't a crook, too.
You guys want to exchange the flags? Okay, there.
Exchange of flags. Huh, I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
Let them work in here.
In a boxing match. That's interesting.
I gave you both instructions. I just want to remind you.
Classy.
Please listen and follow my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Fight hard.
And they touch gloves. No bad blood. These guys really didn't even know they were fighting each other a month ago. So, Comedian June says, while Ronda was getting her face punched off, Edmund kept yelling, head movement. See if he does the same. God, that's going to be the worst part about the night is having to hear his fucking voice. God, I need a beer just for that.
Against Martirosyan. He generally, Triple G, provides indelible moments in his fights, whether it's Curtis Stevens.
I'm not threatening violence against him, but I'd pay $50 to punch Edmund in the face, for sure.
See if he has one of those moments in him tonight.
All right, here we go. Triple G in the white, black, and red with the Jordan shorts on there, and Martirosyan in the. Those are some interesting trunks. I like it. Whatever's going on with that red and green there, I have no idea, but I like it. Made some rubies and emeralds. I don't know. Oh, nice, nice jab and right hook up top. For Martirosyan. Oh, big left hook for Gennady lands. Right hand over the top. Big left hook for Triple G. You can see the power difference already. Big right hand for Triple G. Double jab from Golovkin. Martirosyan lands a jab there. And they exchange, but oh, misses a big left hook there, and Triple G lands a jab. That's one of those things that's so hard to get back when being so inactive for so long, is that fight time timing. Hopefully he sparred a lot, but the fight is just different. Nice right hand from Martirosyan. They exchange jabs there. Oh, nice one too for Martirosyan there. Right hand over the top for Triple G. It's I usually go for the underdog, but I'll tell you, as they missed a couple shots there, holding the middle of the ring halfway through the first round. All right, RS, you have a great night, man. Thanks for tuning in. Get some sleep, bro. Minute 15. I almost got to make Martirosyan the villain tonight. Left hook from Edmund, because I don't want to see Edmund Tarver get any glory. Another couple jabs, and a right hand lands there for Golovkin. And see how Martirosyan, instead of holding there, and now that I say that they hold, he kind of shoveled his hands in to gain a little bit of space and backed up. Stop the holding. Oh, nice exchange of jabs there. And left. Oh, nice 1-2 from Triple G there. 35 seconds left in the first round. And Roy Jones is saying that nice left hook to the body for Martirosyan. Roy Jones Jr. was just saying 36 is not old for a fighter anymore. Says we've changed so much in a generation. I totally agree with him. Oh, beautiful right hand and a left hook over the top from Martirosyan, and that definitely got Triple G's attention. Those were the hardest punches of the night. A big right hand to the body for Martirosyan. Martirosyan landed some solid shots there. Very, very surprising there. That was a sharp shot. Golovkin, BWAA 2015 Trainer of the Year. Is Golovkin's trainer. And there's the son of a bitch that worked with Ronda Rousey. Former professional kickboxing champion, Edmund Tarver. I have a feel. Does anybody know the kickboxing organization when he was in? I have a feeling that Edmund's one of these guys that would make up some bullshit about winning a kickboxing championship in some small country where nobody's ever heard of him from. Great fill out round for Martirosyan. Filling out, yeah, great filling out, and then a couple of nice, great, sharp shots there. I like it. Oh, big right hand for Triple G. Oh, huge right uppercut for Triple G and Martirosyan. Oh, and he's down. That was a slip. It was kind of a slip and a push from Triple G, but Triple G, he's pissed now. He throws that double jab. Martirosyan lands the right hand over the top. Left uppercut and a right hook for Triple G. That's going to leave a lot of openings for Martirosyan. Triple G gets reckless here. Oh, nice right hook, left hook to the body. If Canelo Alvarez couldn't knock Triple G out, I really don't see Martirosyan doing it. But he's landed some sharp shots. Oh, nice jab. Golovkin ducks under Martirosyan's shot and misses the uppercut of his own and holds on for a second there. Triple G can get very aggressive early in the fight if he gets popped. He is not one of those guys either to be known to take off the first 3-4 rounds like a lot of championship fighters will. Floyd being one of them. Nice right hook and a left hand over the top of Martirosyan. That was a bigger left hook. Oh, and they're exchanging power shots in the middle of the ring. Nice 1-2 for Triple G. Another 1-2. Right, left. Martirosyan is down. He may be out. Oh, he is down flat on his face. 8, 9. We'll see if he's going to stand up here. Oh, and he does not want any more of Triple G. Roy says, I would have got disqualified for that. Same punch that Roy Jones Jr. got disqualified for, and he is not wrong. Triple G hit a down fighter there. He hit a down opponent. If you guys didn't see it or were watching it, Martirosyan was down on a knee. Triple G hit a down opponent. He ended up being knocked out. Looked very similar to what Roy Jones Jr. did against Montel Griffin in their first fight. Montel Griffin put on a hell of an act, acted like he was unconscious. They gave Montel Griffin the championship belt. I have never, Roy Jones has never came in so upset and so focused in a fight. When he came back, he absolutely killed. Nice right uppercut from Triple G. Montel Griffin anyways, but and there, yeah, he lands that big right up. Let's watch a big right hand over the top. We're going to watch the replay there. Lands a triple jab there. Triple G with the triple jab and a huge overhand right behind it. Another straight right. Big left hook right on the chin. That was the end of it there. Lands another right hand. Another left hook, and there he's down on a knee, and Triple G lands another uppercut as he's down on the knee there. It wasn't real bad. I have a feeling Martirosyan knew his knee was down there, though. I think he might have been trying to pull a Montel Griffin, to be honest, and get the disqualification. But it was just a little love tap when he was down on her knee, though. It did not have an effect on the fight. Mara says, "Come on, man." Yeah, what are the... Andre says, "Holy shit, good night." King says, "Double standards." Well, they learned from what happened there, but Roy Jones Jr. really, I mean, two of the biggest robberies, maybe the two biggest robberies in the history of boxing, at least at the highest level, both happened to Roy Jones Jr. One against Park Si-hung in the gold medal match, 1988 Olympics in Seoul, Korea. Of course, Roy Jones Jr. absolutely dominated Park Si-hung, and you even heard the commentators saying, this is like a VW racing a Porsche. Somehow they give the win to Park Si-hung. Nobody's more surprised in the area than Park Si-hung. He's jumping up in disbelief. Roy Jones Jr. said he might never fight again. Luckily he did. Years later, he's fighting a guy named Montel Griffin. Slick counterpuncher, was giving him some issues. Roy was winning the rounds, though. Roy got a knockdown. Montel Griffin was down on a knee. Roy gave him an extra shot. Montel Griffin, in my mind, faked being knocked out. They had to pull him out on a stretcher. Roy did not hit him that hard. If you watch the shot, I think you'd agree with me. They disqualified Roy Jones Jr. It was the first loss of his professional career. And he would have went to the vaunted 50-0, I believe, if that had not happened. It was his 35th fight, I believe. It made him 34-1, but he would have won, actually, his 50th victory to break Rocky Marciano's championship record. Would have been the first fight against Antonio Tarver, where he won that close decision. Mario says, I would have paid that pay-per-view just to have the fight last longer. Disqualified. King says he hits an opponent while he's down, but doesn't get disqualified like Roy Jones and Montel Griffin. What a surprise. Yep. Now what is everybody's going to say about Triple G now? Triple G did nothing wrong. Money? I don't think he did anything wrong either. I mean, he gave him a little love tap. I mean, he was down. You know, he was down. He was technically a down opponent.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my friends.
Guys, we're gonna go. Oh, how much do you think Edmund's guy made tonight? I don't know. Speaking of that, I've been working hard for you guys. I got Art Davey. If you haven't noticed it, check it out. I had an interview. I interviewed Art Davey, the creator and co-founder of the UFC recently. It's in my videos. BR Longhorn said it was a tap. Absolutely. He just tapped him. Triple G said second round was all business.
Congrats, and just second round, this is true business.
Says he had a good team, but he said second round, this is true business. But I mean, this is hard work. A lot of booing. Oh, they brung up the name Canelo Alvarez, and there's a lot of booing there. A lot of these people here made the trip anyways. They had bought tickets to come see Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G. Some of them traveled from outside of the country. They offered to refund the tickets, but people had gotten. Oh, here, I want to see what Triple G says about Alvarez, though.
This is big gift to all people, so congrats, guys. Just Cinco de Mayo forever. When you say everyone,
he says, congrats, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Rematch on Mexican Independence Day weekend. Is that what you're interested in? Absolutely. He's ready. I'm ready.
And he's already changed. Triple G says he's ready. I'm ready. Let's get the rematch on between Canelo Alvarez. And they would have it on Mexican Independence Day weekend, which I believe is in September. He says, you want to come take my belt.
The division didn't have a lot of interesting fighters.
Come take my belt.
Has made a real name for himself.
I died laughing every time I think of Edmund's voice screaming head movement at Ronda Rousey. Oh my God, is that the worst game plan in the history of MMA? For sure. Thank you, BR Longhorn. BR Longhorn bought the beer for the night. Thank you very much, sir, for that kind donation. You've hit me up a couple times. You don't know how much that means to me, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for everybody for your support and congratulations for Cinco de Mayo. Thank you, guys.
So everybody give BR Longhorn kind of a high five or a fist pump signal on your in your emojis there. Appreciate it, man. So anybody that is able, like I don't get paid much for this. I complain about it. Ad revenue is very small. I'll make a lot less off ad revenue than the $10 BR Longhorn made me prior for this fight. Gave me, but if you are able to donate in super chat, like the great BR Longhorn was right there, please do so. Or if you are not set up for that yet, on PayPal, you can hit me up at Fights with Friends, or excuse me, PayPal.me. I'm gonna put it down here for you. It's not gonna let me put a link, I don't think. PayPal.me/Fights with Friends. And they're bringing up that DQ against Montel Griffin right now. They're talking about it. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, King. What you guys can do for me, I would appreciate it. Whether you're able to donate like BR Longhorn or not, share what I'm doing here. I'm working hard to get interviews with some of the best fighters and the best guys out there. Just equipment, the streaming time, all the different things. I want to make this channel be able to spend more time on it and less time at my other job. So that's not going to be an actual link because I had to put a little space in there. It wouldn't let me, but it's PayPal.me/Fights with Friends. And I said again, thank you, BR Longhorn. But yeah, if you guys hashtag new media or no media. Absolutely. Podcast, YouTube, we are the new media, and we have the old media, NBC, CBS, Fox News, CNN, all those guys. We got them, ESPN. We got them shaking in their boots. We may be small here right now, but we're only a year old. We're only a year old, and we've had streams here where we've had 80,000 people, almost 80,000 people in one night. To give you an idea of how many there's shows on CNN right now that don't get 80,000 people for a night. And they've been around for longer than I have. I don't know, a long-ass time. But, yeah, just everybody in the comment section, Hulk smash that like button. I like that, King Corleone. Hulk smashing the like button. Thank you very much. But yeah, anytime you guys are in a forum, if you're in like you go on the Sherdog forums, Tapology, Bloody Elbow, many of those sites or forums, the Epic 420 shows. It's gonna be the genius. I had a lot of fun with that. That was an interesting experience, and I think I came back a better man for it. What do you think? What do you think, genius? I don't know, but yeah, anytime if you're watching, a weigh-in on Bellator or UFC where they have the chat room or anything, if you could just please tell people just check out the show. They don't have to, donate the money, but if they're not able to get the pay-per-view or they just want to hear an alternative stream while they're watching it, and you guys can share it. I appreciate that. I'm hoping to hit that 2,000 mark very quickly, and I got a goal of by next April hitting 8,000, and I'm a long ways from it, but that's the mark where YouTube stops telling you to get your own sponsors and stops giving you that little ad revenue, and they match you with specific sponsors that sponsor just your show. BR says, love the 420 show. Well, thank you. I'm glad you guys liked that. I was curious if it was successful or it had done more harm than good. So I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure you got the honesty out of me. I pretty much gave you just about every opinion I had that day. And unless you recorded it, of course, it's no longer out there. I've taken it down because I want to make sure when people come on, they know that, you know, they know it's an MMA channel and not a goof-off channel. But at the same time, that was a hell of a lot of fun. Definitely one of the funnest streams I've ever had.
And in the fight, Triple G showed you the reason why Vanes Martirosyan asked his wife to stay home.
Wow. I said Vanes Martirosyan asked his wife to stay home and not come to the fight in case things turned out bad.
Who will he fight?
That's not a lot of confidence coming into a fight.
That he was going to go to the rematch with Canelo after this.
Not a lot of confidence at all. But Triple G said, we're going to get it. We're going to get Canelo Alvarez and Triple G the rematch. And, of course, we'll be there for that. We'll be here for that. Hopefully they announce what's coming up in boxing. If you guys want to know a little bit about what happened tonight, I'm Invicta, Sarah Kaufman. She won a title over to Invicta FC, Invicta 29. She submitted her opponent. She made history last night in Invicta FC 29. She put a stop to opponent Katharina Leonard via third-round submission to become just the second female fighter ever to hold titles in both Strikeforce and Invicta FC. Interesting record. Of course, she fought in the UFC. Fought against Ronda Rousey. Lost very quickly, but you know, other news out there. The famous mobster's son, John Gotti's grandson, John Gotti III. He won his third MMA bout in like 28 seconds. Still undefeated. So, Boss Rutan comes out. I don't know if he got paid. I'm a little surprised. He came out and stuck up for Conor McGregor, though. He says, I give him a pass as a fan. Not so sure I agree with that. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going to happen with that. Ryzen 10 coming up. A lot of big things coming up. Vitor Belfort versus Lyoto Machida, of course. The King Mo, Ryan Bader fight. The Bellator Grand Prix goes on next week. And who do you guys got? Ryan Bader and King Mo Lal. That's a good matchup. How's the Russian comedian Genius says? He's doing a little better every day. He's still in tremendous pain. He was hoping he'd be able to sit up and come on the stream tonight. As of now, I have not gotten an email from him. I'm actually going to check the email right now. If we can get him here on Skype, I will. See you next week. Good night. Good night, BR Longhorn. Thanks again for the generous donation. Man, I appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Before I fight, I would be like Bruce Lee. Don't go too far, honeys. It's only going to take 60 seconds. I would have way more confidence than Vanes, says King Corleone. If you're a professional boxer and you tell your wife, hey, why don't you stay at home because I think I might fucking die tonight, basically what he said. Yeah, you don't have a lot of confidence. So, you know, now I kind of see why it looked like he probably could have gotten off the canvas. I would almost say definitely could have gotten off the canvas and decided to stay there. And now we know why. He's scared shitless. Now, they're advertising a Michael B. Jordan movie, one of my favorite actors. Let's see what this is. Anybody who hasn't seen Black 451 Fahrenheit, HBO May 19th. Anybody who hasn't seen Black Panther, I know this is a little off script, but Michael B. Jordan is actually a black belt martial artist. He's done some good martial arts movies. He was one of the main characters in Black Panther. Absolutely phenomenal job.
Who's in charge right now?
One of the best superheroes movies I've ever seen.
Are you gonna cry?
Imagine if that was Floyd Mayweather running around doing what Conor was doing. The consequences, the media coverage, the hate. Greg says not about confidence. Yeah, I can kind of believe that the UFC isn't attacking him more. I can't believe that there's not more outrage, especially in nowadays, from the mainstream media.
Something different about the way you think.
It's not like this wasn't covered on every single show, and now,
Well, if you can't tell,
I don't know, we forget about it.
does it matter?
I don't know. I'm very, 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 very surprised. Vanna's wife can put my iron sheik in a camel clutch, says Mario. Oh, geez. I don't even know what his wife looks like, but
This is business. With our family, everything is business.
she'll probably look relieved when she sees her husband come home alive tonight.
I really ought to thank you, Dolores.
But I see Greg's in. MMA holes must be done over there. Now, did he stream the fight tonight? I'm guessing he did.
How do you know how to
King, I missed that old school Muhammad Ali confidence. He was doing the rope-a-dope while he had his mistress and his wife in the crowd. Oh, geez, yeah. That guy. And, yeah, he would marry everyone. He would date somebody and he would marry him. That guy did not. It's not so much that he slept with a lot more women than a lot of other, big guys in big sports. It's just he thought he had to marry everyone. And he married several of them. He didn't sleep with the hundreds and thousands of women. At least it's not known of, like Wilt Chamberlain or some of these guys. It's just that he married them all. It was, religious, the Muslim thing or whatever. I mean, he wasn't supposed to cheat at the same time, though, so that's not real religion. But Greg says, Conor is a savage. Everyone knows he doesn't care. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him, man.
Have you ever seen anything so
But I can't wait to see him in the cage. I do know that. He is very, very entertaining. I haven't. Boo, if it was just named The Panther, I'd go watch it. But I also wouldn't go watch White Lightning. Black Panther was freaking amazing. You got to watch that movie, Comedic Genius. Whether you rent it on Redbox or whatever you do, it's Wakanda Forever, says King Corleone. Yeah, that movie was absolutely incredible. And Greg says, I don't think they streamed tonight. I just got home, so I missed the fight. Oh, man. Well, I mean, it was about as competitive as what we thought it would be. Second round knockout for Triple G. Vanas did hit Triple G with one good shot in that first round. Pretty solid uppercut. Gave us a little bit of an excitement. And then Triple G, just went to town, took him out in that second round. I'll make a Latino superhero and name it Brown Bear. That's great. You'd appreciate this story, Comedic Genius. There was 4 of us that hung around, and this is Brown Mongoose. That's great. This goes way back to high school, but we should have just called ourselves 4 assholes. I'm sure we didn't think we were assholes as much, but we were assholes at the time. But so my friend Tom, first of all, my friend Sergio, who was Mexican, wears a Brown Pride shirt to school. Immediate suspension. Small town of Walla Walla. Very racist vice principal, I will say right off the bat. I didn't really get to know the principal well enough to know, but the vice principal was definitely very racist. Ended up expelling my best friend, who's Mexican. But anyways, suspends him for 3 days for wearing this shirt that says Brown Pride. So my friend Tom, who's as white as I am, says, hey, why don't you let me wear it for a while and see what happens? He wore that Brown Pride shirt for a week straight. Nobody said shit to him. It was hilarious. King says, if you need help, I'm Square Business as a moderator. I moderate for Dante's Nation Boxing Geo. Black Fight Fan TV will vouch for me. Muhammad Ali was in love with being in love. I may look for a second moderator as football season comes, and possibly that's why Cap's not here. Everybody congratulate Cap if you don't already know. When you see my moderator, Cap from Capitol Heights, he got a job with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So he's going to be traveling with them week to week. So obviously he probably won't be on every stream. So I may be looking for another moderator or a second moderator. He's not going to lose his spot, but I may be looking for a second person to step in. Corleone says, I like Conor. He's very entertaining. Reminds me of Mike Tyson going crazy back in the day, sometimes with a little Floyd Mayweather sprinkle of swag. When you listen to Mike Tyson talk back in the day, though, about all that erratic behavior and all the things that he did, though, when he talks about it now, he also talks about the heavy amount of cocaine that he used, which causes very erratic behavior. And I'm definitely not the first or only one to allude to, the fact that Conor McGregor's habits and attitude has, resembled someone who's on cocaine. I don't know if he's on cocaine. Obviously, he's tested a lot. Corleone says, Black Panther was amazing. I'm black and I would watch White Wolf. Conor is nowhere near Tyson. I'm talking about his crazy, entertaining antics as of late. Oh, for sure. Fair enough, Corleone says, comedic genius. I think you'd be surprised. I don't want to ruin anything, but I think you'd be surprised, genius, by it. There is a message, but I will say right off, I don't see how anybody could be offended by the movie. It's not a race movie, even though definitely it's in Wakanda. It's mostly black actors and things. There's not a bashing of other races or anything like that. It's a great movie. Greg says Conor is greater than Tyson. Well, time will tell. As much as I'm a huge fan of Tyson, I think you're probably trolling a little bit there, Greg, but as much as I'm a big fan of Tyson, he was really great for about 6 years. And he said himself later on that his career ended the night he lost to James Buster Douglas. Of course, he fought about 15 years after that. At least won a lot of fights after that as well. Of course, it was after the James Buster Douglas fight that he went to jail. When he came back, he had one fight. A lot of people forget he didn't come right back and fight Evander Holyfield. He fought a guy named Peter McNeely, who was supposedly like 49-0. He very suspect record. He was a dentist, and they'd found out later that he had bet against himself. And the mob had bet against him. He'd had some threats and things from the mob. I don't know that he was ever prosecuted, but he got some Pizza Hut commercials. He had a Pizza Hut commercial at the time. This is how much he embraced it. And he flew and fell down every single time Tyson touched him. And it was a blowout. And then he did a Pizza Hut commercial for stuffed crust, where he would, to show how weak his chin was, somebody would hit him with the Pizza Hut stuffed crust and he would get knocked out. So the guy just had no frickin' shame. I know I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole there, but that was, you know, after that, of course, Mike Tyson fought Evander Holyfield. That first fight was great. If you haven't watched it, honestly, if it wasn't for Evander Holyfield's style of leading with the head, Mike Tyson may have won that fight. He got hit with a headbutt around the third round. I mean, it was very, very hard headbutt, and Mike said he didn't remember anything after that headbutt. He fought very well after that, very long into the fight after that, but he said he didn't remember anything after that. And for those of you that don't know, the whole bite fight thing, that's what that was about. Evander Holyfield, I don't know that he was a dirty fighter, but he definitely led with his head. You want to see the worst swollen eye in the history of combat sports, look up Evander Holyfield versus Hasim Rahman. I almost guarantee you've never seen anything like it. That hematoma by his head had swollen up to probably 10 times its natural size. It was disgusting. And Evander Holyfield hit Mike Tyson with a lot of headbutts. And he was leading with his head in the second fight, and you could see there's a point where Mike just had it. And he bit Holyfield's ear, and of course Holyfield jumps up in the air. Mills Lane was a referee there. Mills actually, I believe, was one of the first times I think he watched the replay. I was watching the fight live, but I was in high school at the time. I was at my buddy Sergio's house. Jumps up in the air, screaming, you know, Evander Holyfield, he bit my ear. Mills Lane walks over, sure enough, he's got a piece of his ear missing. So he goes over, talks to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's just like, fuck you, you know, let's let the fight get going. Mills Lane talks about stopping the fight right then. Takes away 2 points. He turns to every corner and says 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. You know, I remember that. And they get back in there, and Mike Tyson throws a couple winging shots. Holyfield clinches, and Tyson bites off the other ear. And then you know, Holyfield tries to jump up again. Tyson just starts swinging like crazy. He won't stop. And then there's security guards in there, police and everybody, and he, you know, hit I don't know how many people that night, but he was just completely out of his freaking mind. But if you ever wondered where all that started from, was from a headbutt. GSP or Silva, who was better in their prime? PEDs aside, I always thought if GSP fought Anderson Silva that Anderson Silva would win, but it was more based on the fact that I just didn't think GSP was big enough to fight Anderson Silva. If I go back to, you know, the Travis Lutter fight, he was able to take Anderson Silva down several times. Of course, Chael Sonnen was able to take him down several times. If GSP was able to come in a legitimate 185 pounds and not be completely outmuscled, come in, you know, a close weight, I would say GSP. Corleone says, one thing I will admit about Tyson, even as a fan, he lost to every big name threatening opponent he ever faced. A lot of them he did. I mean, he beat Michael Spinks. Of course, Michael Spinks had been a light heavyweight champion when he retired, came back to fight Tyson. But the Alphabet Gang, the guys that were holding on to belts as Tyson came up, Don King had almost just kind of laid the pins up for him to knock him down. None of the ratings, nobody got rated without Don King promoting them, basically. And Don King, you know, he had the WBA, WBC, and IBF all in his pocket. He controlled the ratings. He would give people title shots that never deserved it. You know, the champions there at the time, Trevor Berbick, a few of them slip my mind right now, but look no further than John Ruiz was champion, I want to say 3 or 4 times. That guy was not a championship level fighter. Not at all.
Everyone is rushing to
Genius says, other pseudo sidekicks, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, legit superhero have legit supervillains.
Assuming you can change your father's mind.
There's a legit supervillain in Black Panther. Absolutely. Corleone says, back in the day, the mob tried those strong-arm tactics of Muhammad Ali and Herbert Muhammad Elijah. Yes, they did. Muhammad's son snapped his fingers. The Muslim guys beat up those Guidos. They said the mobsters bigs. I fear in those days were black radical Muslims. Oh, they've always been around in every religion, and it's. I don't think it's any more Muslims than any other ones. They just, we've seen them do different things. But Mike Tyson later admitted he just wanted out of the fight. It had nothing to do with getting headbutted or anything. Evander was the better man. Well, he definitely wanted out of the fight, but he was also definitely pissed off about those headbutts. I do remember him saying he wanted out of the fight. Those guys are friends now. They've talked it out. Evander Holyfield has a very good sense of humor about it. He actually even marketed Evander Holyfield's barbecue sauce later. Did like a commercial of with Mike pouring some on his ear, a local commercial in that area. So I thought it was very classy of him. Also, a lot of people don't peep this. After Tyson bit him, he had more fear than Holyfield, because after the fact, Holyfield still wanted to fight. He was like, OMG. Oh, jeez. Who would you consider to be Bisping's biggest win? Luke Rockhold, for sure. Absolutely. It's not a fight he should have won. Well, I don't want to take it away from him, but let's just say it's not a fight that Luke Rockhold should have lost. And I have respect for Michael Bisping. He's upset me a few times, but the guy had amazing cardio, amazing heart. That Pizza Hut commercial was hilarious, says Corleone. Yeah, it was. I just can't believe they put it on TV. I was like, what in the world? Mr. Sickle cell anemia? I'm not sure. I didn't see that. Corleone says they didn't look at the Muslims as a religion back there, and they look at them as a cult. I thought they were crazy, and they fear them. Corleone says back then I meant to say. They definitely knew how to show their influence, and they were very much in the Black Panthers. If you watch. I believe they remade that movie, Black Panther. If you watch the original Black Panther movie, great director, I can't think of his name, Mario something, but I want to say it was around 97-ish. Great movie, from everything I've heard, very close to the facts. They hit that pretty close to the chest. But you could do that with the religions, back and forth all day long. Mario says Benson and Silva both beat him down.
Of course, if you want my full endorsement.
Yes, they did. Yeah, he should be fighting Nick Diaz here soon, though. What do you guys think about that? He'd said he was probably retired. Then, there's a lot of talk of Nick Diaz fighting him. They went on a show. People asked him on a show on Michael Bisping's podcast. Said, are you fighting Nick Diaz? He said, I hope so, but nobody's came to me yet. I don't have a contract. I have some sources, reputable sources, that tell me that fight contract is about 80% done. It really looks like, I will say this, if Nick Diaz comes back in the next year, it will almost 100% be against Michael Bisping. If it's not against Michael Bisping, it's because somebody got injured. So I definitely expect that fight to happen before the end of the year. And I think it's a great fight for Nick Diaz to come back on. And I think it's a great fight for Michael Bisping to try to end on. We don't know what Nick Diaz has got left. It's been several years since he's been in the cage. We don't know what Michael Bisping's got left. After two horrible knockouts. So I'm very, very interested in that. Very interested in that fight. Excuse me. Kevin Lee, of course, called out Nick's brother, Nate, says he's running away from him. So they'd have to put the money together. He'd have to be a bigger... For whatever reason, Kevin Lee really hasn't, you know, made the name, I don't think, to demand the kind of money that Nick's going to want. So I would love to see that fight. But, yeah, I just don't think it's in the cards. Ryzen 10 is coming up, though. You guys like Pride? I love Pride. We got similar rules. It's in Japan. Even got that old, the same lady with the announcer and everything. Freaking awesome. Oh, shit. Tonight, live from Never Fucking Mind. Fukuoka, Japan. Ryzen returns with the stellar Ryzen 10 fight card. I am going to look for that right now. Everybody try to help me look for that. I don't know if it's happened. This is 6 hours ago. It was going to be shown, I believe, at 10 p.m. our time. I'm going to look on Fight TV because they were selling the pay-per-view for $19.99. Sorry if I'm ignoring your comments for a minute. I wanted to talk about that Ryzen match fight because it was actually at a decent time where Americans could watch. And all of a sudden, 10:30 Pacific, Ryzen. I'm going to try to see, I don't have to work tomorrow, I'm going to try to see if I can find a stream of it somewhere. If you guys want to watch the old Japanese fighting in about 40 minutes here, we're going to have Ryzen. Ian McCall is going to be in it. A couple other guys, but we got those old school rules. Some of the head kicks on the grounds, the knees, the elbows. Yeah, wow, I didn't realize it was tonight. But Michael did beat Kung Wei, though. Yes, he did. Kung Wei was my guy back then. Kung Wei was a beast. Bisping is a legend. He was very good. I got a lot of respect for him. I'm a well-known battle rapper. I box a bit. Says Corleone. King Corleone, you couldn't rap a gift. Oh, God. Ah, shit, it's tonight. Yeah, that really frickin' snuck up on me, Seven. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to turn my VPN on, which I highly recommend for anybody that owns a computer and turns it on. Let me go out there and see if I can actually find it first. I buy a lot of UFCs, so I'm going to see what's out there. I don't know how interested you guys would be in staying up another 3 hours, but God, I'm thinking about getting the pay-per-view for $20. I think I'll probably get it. I think I'll probably get a DVR that lasts 24 hours or so too. Actually, on Fight TV, I think you might just buy it. I believe you might own it. I'm going to look at it here. It says $19.99 upcoming. Of course, it's coming up here real soon. But last year, it was at like 3:30 in the morning, so it would have been almost impossible to watch for anybody with a job. Yeah, Darren Cruikshank's in it. Diego Nunez, Ian McCall, of course, Kyoji Hiraguchi, Ayaki Hamasaki. There's some decent names in here, some people that I recognize. And I mean, quite a few that I don't, but pretty much everybody else on here. But I want to check it out. Like I said, I don't know if this is a buy or a rent. For $19.99, I might just buy it for my unemployed Google Me. King Corleone, oh jeez. Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear you're unemployed. But you know, somebody may just stream it on YouTube tonight. I would never do such a thing. I don't want to lose my channel. I'd do it for you guys, but I don't want to lose my channel. That would be counterproductive, obviously. But I'm going to see what's out there. Ryzen 10 live stream. Well, they got the weigh-in from yesterday. And anybody who's interested in seeing last year's 2017 Grand Prix, looks like at least the second day of it's on there. That guy's name is Unemployed. I'm not unemployed. I was talking to a man named Unemployed. Oh, okay. Starts in 30. Yes, it does, 7. I don't know. There's a few of you left in there. Are you guys interested in staying up if I stream this? I think I might be interested in watching it. It's like back in the old Pride days, man. My wife might kill me if I dropped another 20 bucks, but you know, BR Longhorn's already got me halfway there. He donated 10, so like I said, I don't expect you guys. I don't know if you guys are. You would be interested, Corleone? All right. Just say if you guys put it, I'm down. But all right. If we can raise the other 10 bucks, if you guys pay the other 10 bucks for me to get it on Fight TV, BR Longhorn's got it. I'll stay up and commentate it. How's that? Is that fair? Or you guys probably just take it and buy it yourself if you were going to do that. I don't know. But because my wife's about to kill me with all the money I've been spending on MMA stuff, which I just bought some new shirts. I just got a new Fights of Friends shirt. I should have it in a few days, and I'll show it off on the show. My wife's going to make me some official ones later with something I'm buying for her, but I ordered it from a creator, and I like it. It's pretty nice. I ordered myself just a YouTube creator shirt, some business cards, some other things, and then the YouTube creator. It shows creator with the channel name with the Fights and Friends on it. So that kind of at least gets the conversation going when I see people. So I'm going to sign in here to Fight TV, and we'll see how long. This thing might be a long time. And just pay attention. I'll probably say it again. If I have to do this, if I do this, I'm going to start a new stream. So you guys will just have to just jump on the new stream, which of course will say Ryzen 10. So I want to hopefully get some new people. It says already ordered. Enter order ID. No, I haven't ordered yet. Oh, and they have a chat room here, so there are some people interested in it here on Fight TV. They have a chat room with a few people here. So he says, "Pride never dies." This gets me through every 6 months. That's great. Corleone says, "Check out this video on my page titled OJ Percy Fight King Corleone rip vicious punches in slow motion right now and tell me what you think. Would be greatly appreciated. You got it, bro. You got it, sir. Mario says King Corleone couldn't punch his way. Oh, jeez. You're horrible, Mario. Even if you could, Mario wouldn't stop the fight. You just stand there beating on a dead body, and he'd be like, everything's good. It's all good in the hood. So I see this.
He still looks the same.
Oh. I don't need to be showing my own stream there. I'm trying to get to Corleone's little icon so I can get to your channel. You're going to have to let me know what your channel's name is, Corleone. It's not letting me just... some reason it's not letting me click on your name either to get to your channel. Your name or your icon. Oh, here we go. Go to channel on the side. Excuse me. Alright, this OG Percy fight. King Corleone rips vicious punches and... Hey! You are a fighter. Let's check it out here, man. That's the 1-2. Looks like it gets blocked over the top there. Jab. Big right hand. Left hook. Looks like that's you in the black there, I'm guessing. Oh, nice. Oh, nice uppercut, brother. Nice right uppercut. Left hook. Right hook. Beautiful, quick, but I like it, man. I like it. It's a little bit of a wild crowd here sometimes, King Corleone. So this is one of the tamer nights. No, nobody's threatened to kill anybody yet, so you know, so far it's a success. But yeah, I'm gonna look up that that Ryzen. Let me check this out. 1999. Ugh. 10:30 p.m. One live stream per pay-per-view purchase. Restore purchase up to 3 different browsers. Streaming quality depends on your network connection. Stream live here in HD on May 6, 1:30 a.m. Okay, May 5th, 10:30 p.m. Pacific. Purchase pay-per-view your way. So it looks like you're not buying a fight, you're buying a one-time stream. Which is similar to what UFC does. UFC usually, you know, you buy it and you get to watch the stream and then you have it for 24 hours. So I'm going to look around and see what else I can find out there. I think I've done this before though, and everything's in Japanese. Just not a lot of interest in the Ryzen yet right now. Hopefully that'll increase a little bit with this one because it's at a time that we can watch it. Corleone said that was so awesome to hear you commentate that. No problem, man. It was awesome to watch you fight. Well, you don't get to keep the UFC's #1 bullshit. Yeah, $60, dude. 60 for the HDs now. 65, I think now. And I buy every pay-per-view. I consider it an investment. I do write it off as a tax write-off. Anybody who knows anything about tax write-offs, that doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. Which means you don't have to pay taxes on that money. It's not like I make a lot anyways. So $60 a pop is pretty, you know, it's a pretty big investment. But on the off chance that this channel ever did go big, I don't want it to come back that I was stealing UFC pay-per-views. I think that would be a pretty bad look. Corleone says, let me know if you want me to be a moderator, my man. I will. Well, hopefully Cap will be around here pretty soon. But yeah, and thank you for the offer. I will consider that. So MMA Mania, it looks like it's just pretty much the main MMA sites that are advertising the Ryzen 10, and none of them are going to have a stream. So I know where to go, I believe. We'll figure this out. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I am not starting my 7-day free trial to anybody that I don't know. Unless I don't have to give them my pay information, which I am sure they will ask for. Gee, what do you know? So yeah, I've heard. Gotta wait like 15-20 for some streams. Yeah, I think we'll find something. So this is what I've heard for you guys that go online to get you know, a lot of free 30 days this, 7 days that, especially if you're working with a company you don't really recognize. So these people, they get a prepaid debit card. Something, the lowest amount you can get, which I think is probably $5, I think, from Visa and MasterCard. And you use that card when you sign up, and you just use that card just for free trials. And I think I'm going to do that for other free trials. I'm not saying I'm going to get anything. You know, I'm not talking about anything illegal, but I'm just talking about for free trials. I don't know, and let me know if any of you guys have done that. I haven't thought of that, but I don't want to be giving my, you know, payment information out to companies I've never heard of. So I'm definitely going to check that out. Yeah, it doesn't look like. I was looking on Facebook posts from friends and different things. I had some friends in the fight game, but yeah, no, I haven't had. Haven't had any luck on there yet. We got a lot coming up here on Fights with Friends, though. Of course, every Thursday. Anybody who doesn't know, I think you guys all know, every Thursday, you know, we have MMA Live at 5. That's a lot of fun for me. Keeps me on track, gives me something to do, you know, during the middle of the week. And I've been trying to get out some more DVR content during the week. YouTube, weighs that very heavily. Right now, as far as your channel ranking, how often you're uploading. So if you start seeing me uploading things on almost a daily basis, it's not because I'm trying to fill your mailbox full of notifications. Although, please watch my videos. It's because of YouTube's algorithm. Now, you're punished very, pretty much very severely if you do not upload practically every day. And if you do upload every day, you go up quite a bit Actually, when I went from uploading on average about 2 times a week to an average, I believe it was like 4.8 a week, I actually got a bump in my ad revenue rate, the rate that companies have to pay for ads. Still not very much right now, but it was pretty much immediate after like 3 weeks of increasing the currency of my streams. So that was really nice. That was nice to show, to see that, yeah, it actually works, instead of somebody just telling me, hey, if you do this, this will happen. So let's look at this Bellator 199 card for a minute. This is going to be next week. We got Paul Daly coming back. Paul Daly, 40-15-2 at 170 pounds. He's fighting John Fitz. This is, I believe, John Fitz's first fight in Bellator. I got to wonder what Paul Daly's thinking about the whole Conor McGregor thing. Dana White said Paul Daly would never fight in the UFC again. And he, what he did, I don't think he did anything close to what McGregor did. And McGregor actually went in Bellator and jumped in there and touched a referee. I thought he should have been punished for that. Aaron Pico comes back on UFC 199. They are bringing him up very quickly right now. They got him fighting against 19-8 Liam Morrison in only his 4th fight. Then you got Javi Ayala at heavyweight. He's always ready. 264 pounds, always right on the limit. He's fighting Czech Congo. Czech Congo comes back at UFC 199. That's the heavyweight feature fight, Javi Ayala versus Czech Congo. And so, decent card. Some decent fights on there for sure. I'm looking forward to calling all that. Definitely. Not really anything I notice on the prelims. I generally don't watch the prelims for Bellator, because just unfortunately I really don't ever recognize any of the names. So I figure if they're any good, eventually they'll get to the main event. So I most likely will not get the UFC next week, just because of, we got the boxing match. We got Vasil Lomachenko, one of the best pound for pound in the world. He's fighting, I think it's Sergio Linares. And then you got the next round of the Bellator Grand Prix. So I really don't feel the need to put down, all that money on Amanda Nunes and Raquel Pennington. Although I would like to see the Jacare Souza Kelvin Gastelum fight. I'm not really interested in the Belfort Machida fight too much. But I'm also interested in that Brian Kelleher John Lineker fight. I like watching John Lineker fight. He's usually pretty entertaining, but like I said, I doubt I will be getting that. The week after, we get some free TV. San Diego, Chile. We get FS1. You got Damian Maia versus Kamaru Usman main event. And then pretty much everybody else is a lot of names that even I don't recognize. And I watch way too much MMA, so that tells me that it's up-and-comer night, I guess. I don't know. Well, it tells me probably what it is when they're coming to Chile. They probably got with one of these promoters in Chile, and they do this in a lot of different places. And they probably came to him and said, hey, can you get us some local talent? We want to try to grow here. We're investing all this money here. Let's get some local fighters on a card. And that's a very smart strategy for sure. They did that in Brazil. Of course, Brazil's paid off like none other. Canada, Alberta, continue to look for Alberta, Canada. Tweet Dana White if you can. My buddy Kyle the Monster Nelson, he was on MMA Live at 5. If you missed it, watch the replay, the DVR. He was on MMA Live at 5 on Thursday. He's fighting to get one of those shots at the Alberta card in Canada. FS1 May 27th, of course. This is not very far off now. We get Thompson and Till. Stephen Thompson versus Darren Till. That should be a good fight. That should be a great fight. Definitely two great fighters. When you get two counterpunchers in there, sometimes you got to worry a little bit. A lot of people that tell me they want to watch that fight, I kind of look at them and guys that, you know, they aren't real studied, real hardcore MMA fans. And I've actually told a couple people, you actually maybe don't want to watch that fight. That might not be the best fight for you. Because when you have two counterpunchers like that, you have a good shot at having long hours, or, you know, long, definitely not hours, seems like hours, long periods of inactivity. For sure. Neil Magny now, of course, without an opponent. They're looking for an opponent for him for that one, for UFC Fight Night in Liverpool, UK. That one's on FS1, May 27th. June 1st. Moving quick. Going to be on a Friday this time. The UFC is almost never on a Friday, but June 1st, you got Rivera and Moraes. Jimmy Rivera versus Marlon Moraes. I really like both these guys. Little surprised to see him in a main event already. Walt Harris versus Daniel Spitz at heavyweight are going to be on that one. Walt Harris is always super entertaining, 100% knockout ratio. Mario says, I want to see Kelvin versus Jacare. I want to see that one too. That's going to be a good fight. I don't know that I can justify paying for the card for that one fight, but I do want to see that fight. So this FS1 card on June 1st on Friday's got Jake Ellenberger versus Killer B Ben Saunders. Ben Saunders too. That's a good fight. I like Ben Saunders. I think he's going to find his footing in the UFC. I think he's going to be okay. And Jake Ellenberger, of course, is always competitive. Then, you know, we go from on June 1st, that Friday, Rivera versus Moraes to UFC 225, and that's a huge one. That's one of the bigger cards that we've had in a while. They're going to start out this main card with Holly Holm versus Megan Anderson. You move to, of course, that CM Punk versus Mike Jackson card. If you watch that Mike Jackson interview that I interviewed him on the show, of course, we talked a little bit. Might get a little bit of feeling of who you think will win that fight. Andrei Arlovsky coming back on that one against Tai Tuivasa. That's a very interesting fight. I like that fight. I'm kind of rooting for Arlovsky. I'm not gonna lie on that one. But then you got the return of Alistair Overeem versus Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades definitely could out wrestle him. He's got decent striking too. He's got 78% knockout ratio. Actually, only 11% of his fights have gone to decision, and he just decided to fight against Mark Hunt because he's Mark Hunt. Alistair Overeem obviously with a ton of power too, though. So we may see some more wrestling there. Co-main welterweight interim title fight. You got RDA Rafael Dos Anjos versus Colby Cuntington. So we all hope to get to see Colby's mouth get shut. Now, at least I am. I know a lot of people are. I hope Rafael Dos Anjos breaks his jaw, to be honest. I want to see Ariel versus Nico Montoya. Nico's been kind of called out lately for for inactivity, not wanting to set up a fight. So we'll see what happens with her. She's holding on to that strap, and I'm not so sure she wants to defend it, or she wants to defend it on, on her terms. Pick her opponent and pick her money, and she hasn't earned that right yet, in my opinion. She hasn't been around a whole long time. Then, of course, the main event on that one, though, you got Robert Whittaker and Yoel Romero, the rematch. Robert Whittaker, 20-4, the champion, against the Soldier of God, 13-2 out of Cuba, 85% knockout ratio for Yoel, 75% finish rate for Whittaker. I don't see this one going the distance either. She's afraid of Valentina the Bullet. She's very afraid of Valentina Shevchenko. That's the fight she does not want to see. I don't know if she's waiting for Valentina to get injured or what. I think Valentina walks through her very, very easily. So she just wants to hold on to that strap for as long as she can. And I don't blame her. She might ask her wife not to come to the fight either, in case she gets injured. But yeah, UFC 225. That's going to be one of the best UFCs in a very, very long time. At least on paper, very good card. That one's on the 9th. 2 weeks later, June 23rd, we got a UFC Fight Pass only, Donald Cerrone and Fabian Edwards. Or Leon Edwards, excuse me. Fabian was on the mind. His brother Fabian Edwards, he had a match signed up with Bellator. He's trying to get into the UFC. I talked to him actually about coming on the show and interviewing, and I didn't really care for his response, to be honest. It was kind of a little, he's like, I think I'm good. I'm going to be in the UFC before you know it. I think I'm good. So, I don't know. I try not to take offense, but it's like, dude, you're not anybody yet. You haven't even got an offer to fight in Bellator, so... I would just be taking all the media opportunities I could. But, that's his thing. Valentina got me fired for beating Priscilla Cochea to a bloody pulp. As well, she should have. Return of OSP on the co-main event. Ovent Sepru versus Tyson Pedro. That's a good-looking fight. 70 OSP, of course, with 50% knockout, 77% finish rate. Tyson Pedro, 7-1, 71% sub. He's got 100% finish rate. He's finished all 7 of his matches. So that's a great co-main event. And then Jessica Rose Clark versus Jessica I. Rounding out the main card. There's a lot of other fights on here. Not a lot of, it's in Singapore, so I think they took a lot of Singapore talent and threw them on here. So not a lot of your names that a lot of American UFC fans will recognize, but I think it'll be a good card nonetheless. So 10/24. I'm going to check on here and see what we got. As far as the stream, I'm not seeing anything yet on YouTube. I think I get something. I think I know somebody who's going to come through for me here, though. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but we'll see what we get here. I said, if one of you guys finds it before me, let me know. And it's basically just Fight TV, mostly is what I'm seeing here. Oh, no, here we go. few more bloody elbows up here. Yeah, still not seeing a whole lot except for this $20. And I just don't think I want to drop the $20 right now for this. I'm going to check one more place. What do you guys think about the Bellator Grand Prix so far, though? I think a little bit of a shakeup last week with Fedor looking so impressive. Matt Mitrione, I felt, was the #1 seed. Barely got past Roy Nelson. Of course, I thought Roy Nelson should have been the #2 seed. So I thought that was a huge mistake on Bellator's part to seed it that way. But I'd like to see the rematch between Fedor and Matt Mitrione. You know, they hurt each other in that match. Fedor can definitely hurt Mitrione. We'll see what can I find. Maybe if I was in Japan. No. Oh, Darren Cruikshank's fighting tonight. I didn't see that on the list earlier. Maybe I said that. I don't think I remembered seeing him, though. I haven't heard that name in a little while. Go check out the old VIP box and see what they have. Check out the old EU. Nope, and that was pretty much my last hope there, guys, I believe. Might try one more thing here, but I just think it may not be meant to be tonight. Really wish they would show it on like AXS TV or something like that in the United States, because they're not big enough to get the $20 pay-per-views in the US right now. I mean, nobody really knows who they are. I went on their chat page and there was like 5 comments and 3 of them were from one person. So I think they'd probably do a lot better even just streaming on YouTube right now, to be honest. Check out good old Reddit. Anybody who hasn't hit that thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up before I leave. Yeah, looks like everything on Reddit's pretty old. As far as that goes. Well, I pay for DirecTV. How come? Why can't they just have it on DirecTV? That'd be nice. Well, if you guys haven't been to Fight TV, I will tell you there's a lot of free fights on there, though. A lot of these events you can watch within a couple of days afterwards. It's just fight.tv, or just Google Fight TV. And it is a pretty cool, it is a pretty cool site. They do charge for, I said, the Ryzen. They charge, excuse me. They charge a little bit too much, in my opinion, for a few of these things, but like some of these organizations that I've never heard of, and they want $25, $25 for a pay-per-view of nobody's. Got weigh-ins 4 hours ago. Wow, they weigh in close. Or it was just posted, maybe. Maybe they weighed in the day before and they just posted it. I'm sure if I knew Japanese, I could find it very quickly. I don't even know that I have a keyboard that I could do all the characters on now. I think that would be the issue. I do know a little bit of Japanese, but just a few words, basically judo throws and different terms from judo. Let's see, I'm going to try a filter here. Well,
are you done?
Not quite yet, Mario. I've not figured out. Hey, David, come in for a second. I thought there was a way to filter.
By what?
Live. What's live right now? No?
I don't think so. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it is. Under 3D.
Where's it? Oh, okay. I'm just not seeing it. Let's see. No results. No luck tonight, Mario. I'm going to go ahead and end this one. I said if you guys have any loose pocket change you want to get rid of, that would be greatly appreciated for next week on the Super Chat or paypal.me/fightsofriends. Otherwise, that's going to be it for tonight. Again, thank you, BR Longhorn, for your generous donation. And I will see you guys soon. Today is, I gotta think, today's Saturday. I'll definitely have something up before Thursday. May not be a live stream, but we'll see what else is on. But we'll see what else is out there. Thanks for tuning in tonight. As always, I love you, I respect you, and I'll see your fine asses later.